And so I'm about to bring to the stage our newest addition to our little party. And I'm so glad that the men said they want to come in, and she opened the door to this brother right here, coming to the stage right now. I'm doing this like I'm in a comedy club. Coming to the stage right now. He's an award-winning author, speaker, relationship coach, and award-winning radio personality. His book, I think you have several, you have a few of them, don't you? The Power Within, Know Your Worth, the Know Your Worth radio show. Please welcome to the stage Aaron Jordan Jr. Welcome. Wow, so thank you so much for answering the call. And I think it's a good idea to have the testosterone here. Let's talk about knowing your worth and how this became your mission and your platform. Tell us all about it.
Well, when I got the call, there's a lot of women in here. I'm the only guy. But the only guy up here speaking. Yeah. I'm originally from Memphis. That was my comedic moment. But it was epic. No, but on a serious note, I'm originally from Memphis. I was born and raised here in Whitehaven, right there, Parkdale and Neely, right there in by Cummins Street. But I was in a very dark place, not only mentally, but physically, emotionally, and spiritually. A lot of people, they can relate, because in those dark moments, that's when the magic happens. And so in that space, I had to dig deep and find my work. And a lot of men were taught to be, upright, strong, and don't share our emotions. And so just a little bit about myself. I was engaged 3 times, bought 3 rings in 18 months. And yeah, I get that all the time. And so that's another story. But anyway, but just understand, just by me saying that, you can see where my mind was. And I was in a real dark place. I was one of those guys that needed it. I was a womanizer. I was a dictator. I was one of those guys that I would say whatever it is needed to be said to get what I want. And so, but the thing is, the universe has a way of turning things around and making you eat your words or eat your actions. So the thing is that all of my relationships ended the exact same way, but it was different because it was a different one. And I blame them for the breakups, but in retrospect, I wasn't looking at the person in the mirror, because I was inflicting and projecting my pain onto them. And so when it got to the point where I thought I had my stuff together and I was ready to receive love, it wasn't reciprocated. And a lot of people know that if you have those relationships where you're ready to give somebody yourself, but you gotta go through some stuff first. You gotta, everything that you dealt with and that you dished out, you have to eat it. It's like you're sitting at the table, both feet on the ground, and you're like, okay, what's next? And it got to the point where I couldn't handle it, so I almost committed suicide twice. And so, but it's just something about purpose. When you're walking in your purpose, when you're designed to specifically carry out a mission, you can't just do anything that you want. My grandma used to always say, you're going to be a preacher. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that over my head. But the fact is that every time I talk to somebody, or every time that I speak to somebody, what church you belong to? I'm not a preacher. And so in that retrospect, just me giving advice and things of that nature, me going through principles and learning things about myself and getting to the underlying core issues of myself, presented me to, okay, well, this is how I have to value myself. I have to value myself first before others value me. And so that's where Know Your Worth came from. Then I had a daughter in 2005, and I didn't want her to be nobody like me. So.
Well, thank you so much, Aaron, and this is proof that you don't have to be a ordained minister to minister to people. And we all have it. We like that. Write that down. So it was aligning with yourself, knowing your worth, and then wanting to help women. So you help women and men to understand their worth. What is the connection between knowing your worth and success in life in general?
Okay. First, you have to, I tell people that you have to be intentional. You have to command your value. So how do you command your value? You can't command your value and you have faulty thinking of yourself. So I believe in law of attraction, and the mindset is a very powerful thing. You have what dominates your thoughts the most. If you're thinking about hurt, if you're thinking about I'm broke, if you're thinking about I have all these bills, or that I can't find the person that's specifically designed for me, what do you think you're going to attract into your life? The no goods. You're going to continue to attract brokenness. You're going to continue to attract the unnecessary things that you need to advance. So you have to start dealing with yourself inwardly before you can have things come to you externally. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
It makes all the sense. Hallelujah, all the sense. Did you see what I did? Does that make sense? Tell us about how you attracted your wife.
Well, if she was here, she'll probably walk out the room right now. But I always tell the story. But me and my wife went to high school together, and we tried to date right after high school. She left Memphis and went to TSU. And so at that age, I was about 18, 19 years old. I was to say I messed up. And I'll give you guys a full story. And I had one young lady. I was at my mom's house. I had one young lady there, and I forgot that I told my wife, my girlfriend at the time, which is my wife now, to come by. And so, I'm in Whitehaven, right there, parked there in Neely. I see this old bearded regal coming up the street. And I'm looking, and I'm like, no, I ran into the house. And I left both of them out there. And so I did. It's true story. True story. True story. True story. But when I came back out, the bearded regal was going down the street. But I said that to say this. In that moment, I pushed myself 7 years away from my God's gift. And so in those 7 years, I learned life. I went through trials and tribulations. I went through those emotional moments. Because at that point, I wasn't ready mentally for what she had to offer. And so when people understand that you have to be mentally ready for a relationship, you have to be mentally ready. And so in that time, I had my daughter. My daughter was one of the most transformative things that happened to me in my life, full circle. And so in that time, I was going through all this depression. I was going through trials and tribulations and things of that nature. But all the while, I was going through those bad relationships. And I was one of those guys that like, hey, you know, I'll go have a paycheck come Friday, but hey, I'm gonna go spend this on you. What's up? What you want to do? All the while, on Monday, I'm broke and I'm back at my mom's house. You see what I'm saying? So that didn't make sense. And so and I was giving off a falsehood. And so the whole time, but one of the times, I was just constantly emailing. I thought I was mentally ready. She did not respond. Did not respond. It wasn't until I came out of my storm. It wasn't until my mind shifted and how I viewed myself that I attracted her. She just said, hey, on Facebook. That's it. Hey. That's the thing. The law of attraction is a very powerful thing. And so the thing is, when she said, hey, she said she saw those messages from 7 years. And she said, hey, you just call me, right? And I called her. I was on the next bus up to, I was on a Greyhound. I had a car, but I was on a Greyhound up to Nashville. And within at that time, the universe aligned itself where my job at the time transferred me to Nashville. Yeah. Then next thing you know, within like 3 months, yeah.
I didn't know that story. I didn't know that story, but I thought that we as women and the men in the room, because men know themselves enough to know that when a man is ready, he's ready. And so I wanted the women in the room who may be questioning, well, when's he coming? He needs to be ready. I'm clear that he needs to be ready first, and he will know it. So I didn't even know that was going to happen, but thank you, because that's what happened with me, with mine. So, what do you say is your greatest gift, Aaron Jr.?
Well, obviously I like to talk, you know, but I found this out early that like talking to people, I don't care how I'm feeling. Talking to people is my biggest gift in life. But what changed is when I started talking to people that people considered a status. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. No emotions, no nothing. I'm talking to you like we're sitting in the boardroom or we're sitting at the table. And what I found out is that when people needed to get people to come to their events or do business deals with, hey, I got this guy I want you to talk to. And it was me. So it turned on me when the light bulb went off for me when I said, okay, well, I'm sitting here doing all this marketing and all this talking and all this negotiating for others. Why not do it for myself? And I did that in 2012 when I started writing my first book. And I have 3. My 3rd one's coming out in the summertime.
And one of them is a revision of...
That's the 2nd edition of it. The Power Within, a Woman's Worth for Both Sexes.
Do you have your books here for us to purchase?
Yes, I do. I have my little cute little circle table right there, all set up.
Oh, cute little circle table on the opposite side. Is there anything else, any other words of wisdom? Or, no, I got it.
Any other words of wisdom that you would like to share, other than us stepping to your beautiful table and supporting you in that way? Is there any other word of wisdom that you'd like to share with us today?
One thing that I would like to say is that people, if you're on a journey for elevation, there's always going to be people specifically designed to come and take you off course. And don't get mad at them. They're living out their purpose because their purpose is to take you off course. But the thing that you have to do is you have to understand that they're living out their purpose, but are you going to continue to live out your purpose, which is to open up your gifts, which is to write the next book, which is to open up that business going to change people's lives. A lot of times people let other people speak into their lives and they stop dreaming. So keep dreaming.